What's going on, people? Welcome to the road trip. Man United taking on Bournemouth at Old Trafford tonight. I'm here with Marcel, obviously Josh on the buttons, you know what it is, ahead of another big game for Man United, man. We are doing all right. First game of 2023 now. We want to kick off with a bang. Arsenal playing Newcastle at the same time, 15 minutes before, but same thing. And the chance to go third if results go our way. You never know, Arsenal might lose to Newcastle. But anyway, let's just take our time and let's do it game by game. And like I was saying, with that little cluster of 3 games, what was it, Forest, Wolves and Bournemouth, if we're serious about putting up this challenge for top 4 and cementing top 4 and possibly higher, but for me, I'm just doing the top 4 thing. If we want to cement that, we needed the 9 points out of that little cluster of games. We've got 6 already. And on top of that, not only have we got 6 points, but in that time, Liverpool dropped points and Spurs dropped points. So that's put us in even a stronger position. And Newcastle dropped points because they drew 0-0 at home to Leeds as well. And if you really want to get active, for people like KG, Man City dropped points. But I'm not looking that high up. But Newcastle dropped points, Spurs dropped points, and Liverpool dropped points. So for us, again, with Liverpool losing last night, this is the perfect time to put a little bit of cushion between ourselves and them. Lisandro Martinez is back as well. It'd be interesting to see what Erik ten Hag does. Does he just go straight back to what he was doing before, and that's Luke Shaw left back and Martinez comes straight in, goes next to Varane? I think he will. Rashford, after the little mishap against Wolves, come on at half-time, scored the goal, won us the game, man of the match. He's back to business. So I'm actually looking forward to the game, you know. Marcel, how you feeling about tonight? You good? You comfortable? Yes. Expecting a nice win?
Yes. We're back in business now. You know, this time last year we'd be dropping points in these kind of situations, but you know, the competition around us now dropping points and we're executing. So it feels like it's a bit of turnaround at the moment. You know, consecutive wins is another thing, another sign of us going in the right direction. I think this will bring us to, I don't know, 4, 5, 6 maybe straight wins and building. So yeah, definitely positive. It's at home as well. Fortress right now, Old Trafford for sure. And Ten Hag's been doing the right thing, so hoping for a good selection as well. And like you said, this is the last hurdle of that little cluster of games to bring us to 9 points. And you know, this is very consistent form at home.
What are you saying? Like you said, you know, about the team selection and that. What are you saying team selection in terms of, let's go at the top end of the pitch, right? With the Anthony situation, obviously Marcus Rashford's going to be back in and we know that Martial's going to start, right? Is it just business as usual, go again with that same front three? Did Anthony do enough for you in that Wolves game? Or was it not even a question of he did need to do enough for you, he's just the guy and just keep playing him? Or do you want to see a change in this game tonight?
I think, me personally, I would maybe utilise Garnacho, but you have to kind of trust what Ten Hag's doing here. Anthony knows the system very well. He knows where to be, how to be and when to be. He's picking up opportunities, just not finishing his opportunities. He's very good in spaces. He's very proactive. Ten Hag talks about a proactive footballer, and he's good going backwards as well as going forward. Just that end product that we're missing from him. So I think Ten Hag will select him again.
Yeah.
And
are you cool with that? Like,
yeah, definitely. Facts, man. It's in Ten Hag we trust at the moment. Anthony's not, you know, in the final. It's end product. That's his massive issue, and he set the bar very high. If I'm honest with you, Flex. You know, coming in at Arsenal, you know, delivered, scored goals, and was a breath of fresh air. But right now, suffering a little bit of a hamstring injury, I think, at one stage as well. But had opportunities to score goals against Chelsea, a game that we drew and dropped points in. So he's pushing and developing, but he hasn't had that many games, you know. He hasn't played that many games at full 90s for Man United yet. So I would say keep that consistency there. You know, you want to get fluidity within the team, build partnerships and understand the other players, because I think he's one of the players that would know the system very, very well. Yeah, Ross. Sorry, there was like a big thing in the road that I just didn't want to drive into. Health and safety, 100%. Yeah, I agree. I mean, watching him, he's frustrating me a little bit, but he's still he's doing enough in terms of he's working hard enough. His work rate is brilliant. He doesn't shy away from wanting the ball. I like that. And you know, it's a new situation with him playing with Wan-Bissaka as well. But the good thing is, like, I think you touched on it there, he is getting into the positions. Like, he should have, is it against Wolves he should have scored as well? Yep.
and he should have scored the game before that against Forest. Or was it Burnley?
Was it both of them, maybe?
Was it both of them? What was the one where Bruno passed it to him and he went far post, but he probably should have went near post?
I think that would have been Forest.
Was it Burnley? Oh, okay, Forest. Yeah, I think it was Forest. But anyway, yeah, actually it was Forest. He should have scored. He should have scored that, but he didn't. And you know, a couple of little on the counter attack, the quality of pass hasn't quite been there for just losing it. Yeah. Just basically slowing down our attacks. Through lack of indecision or lack of quality on what he's trying to do. But it is Ten Hag's guy, and you would kind of back the situation for him to kind of play his way out of that. And actually, to be fair, Garnacho managed to start the last game, we're away from home, difficult game, because of what happened to Rashford as well. So, you know, Garnacho's still in and about the place and still trying to assert himself in his first team, which we shouldn't get too carried away. So, again, I think Ten Hag goes with the same front three. I don't think Ten Hag is as concerned as maybe some of us are with Anthony. Obviously, if it gets worse from here, or there's a consistent like no end product and not even working hard and he's just offering nothing, that's different. But I don't think we're at that stage of him. I think we're just at the stage where actually the team's playing really well and getting him into positions where he can affect the game. It's actually his individual decision making and execution that is holding him back. It's not anything else. So yeah, I don't mind that. I think midfield, we're saying that's going to be the same thing. We know what Ten Hag's best midfield is. Obviously Casemiro, Eriksen, Bruno. I don't think there's anything there with that. At the back though, is it going to be more of the same for Maguire then for you? Bench?
Well, that's wow. I think, you know, Luke Shaw's come in, looked like, you know, a Martinez replacement, and Ten Hag's really been a very, very good tactician in terms of getting players to come in and do a job. He's made makeshift players out of that. Quickly though, just on the midfield, how do you think of Eriksen? You know, he's a bit maybe fatigued, a bit maybe laboured, a bit.
Here's my thing. To me, I know he's not getting an assist every game or pulling off amazing passes, but again, I look at it as the small things, and he does so much in terms of just setting a standard of play and setting a tempo of play that Fred can't do, that McTominay can't do. Even though McTominay and Fred can get about the pitch more,
it's the build-up. I'm
not on it. No, if Eriksen's fit, I'm always playing him until I don't mind. 70th minute, he's tiring a bit. 65th minute, we saw it in the last game at Old Trafford. You know, Fred come off the bench and he's fit, he's fighting fit, he's fresh, gets a goal. Do you know what I mean? And he can run about the pitch, interceptions, help us shore up midfield a little bit. If Eriksen's getting a little bit tired, I've got no problem with that. To me, that's how Fred should be used. As a squad player. If it's getting a little bit leggy in the last 70 minutes, in the last 20 minutes or something, last 25 minutes, that's when you look to Scott McTominay, that's when you look to Fred. But at the start of games when we're going to be fresh and dominating and on the front foot, 100%, I'm playing Eriksen all day. Even if he didn't get an assist in the last game or didn't do too well, I'm playing him all day, unless he hasn't got enough in the tank because the games are coming too thick and fast, and you think for one game, all right, put Fred in from the start, then we bring on Eriksen. I don't mind that. Again, because you know Ten Hag's got a plan, but for me, with how we've been playing with that midfield three, there's an element of calmness, and I know now, you know, I've kind of dissected that performance against Wolves and heard a lot of opinion on it. I know a lot of people were saying basically it wasn't a good performance.
I disagree with that.
I know, but I've kind of just taken that point of view where people were saying why we wasn't good in the first half and we were a little bit sloppy and stuff like that. So, you know, we wasn't at our greatest. Okay, fair enough. I felt there was an element of calmness. We said it.
Eriksen was part of that.
And Eriksen was part of that. And I think that Ten Hag knows that Eriksen needs to play well, there's a reason why he starts every game. There's a reason why he starts every game, in it, bar like maybe one or two. So to answer your question, no, I would just keep it exactly the same. If there's blatant signs of fatigue, like he can't move and all that, then or he's just having a howler, keep giving it away and all that, not doing anything, I would change it. But look, think of it this way: Eriksen at 70% of his best on the ball is better than Fred and McTominay at 100% on the ball. You know what I mean? So that's what I'm saying for me. But what you're going to say about the back line?
You know, I was going to talk a little bit about Bournemouth's strengths: tall, physical side, Billing, I think they got a couple other players as well that are really tall and physical. I think our back line, how would they be able to handle that challenge in terms of Solanke, tall player as well. I think that's going to be the biggest threat that Bournemouth bring, obviously that aerial threat and the physical side of the game. How do you think our back line will face that challenge now? Obviously, a lot of teams have not shown us respect, but it's very hard to get the ball of us. Very composed, very well structured in the back line. What are your thoughts on what the threats that Bournemouth will bring to that back line?
I feel like, again, I feel like this is testament to the team and testament to Ten Hag, but I think business as usual. We'll be on the front foot where Bournemouth hardly get a kick. Do you know what I mean? I'm expecting that if we play how we have been playing at home, which is on the front foot, creating chances, Bournemouth sitting back, looking in transitions. Very similar to the Forest game, but they'll probably have a little bit more quality in the middle than Forest. And Burnley respectively. But I just think business as usual, and we just play on the front foot. You know, you've got Marcus Rashford chomping at the bit. Hopefully Martial can get more involved. Bruno, you know, in between the lines, trying to thread passes in. I just envisage that type of game. Varane and Martinez, which I think it'll be them, or if it is Luke Shaw for some reason, whoever it is who partners Varane, up high. Like look in the Forest game. They were even above the over the halfway line. Deep, you know what I mean? Sorry, high, really high up.
In the opposition half.
100%. It'll be that same thing. Why? Because Varane's calm in one-on-one situations, Luke Shaw's calm in one-on-one situations, and Martinez is calm in one-on-one situations. So between them, they should be able to marshal Dominic Solanke. Do you know what I'm saying? And set pieces, we've been defending them quite well, to be honest. So and I think Wan-Bissaka carries on at right back as well, who's been doing really well. So drop a like on the video, guys. Subscribe to the channel if you are new. Remember to keep KG and Owen company on the match view. Make sure you do that. Keep them company, and make sure you don't get onto KG. Make sure he's on time, please. I don't want him being late. Report back to me if he's late. I need to know. I need to know at all times what's going on. And yeah, we'll see you after the game with some reaction from there. Marcel, give me a prediction.
4-1 Manchester United.
4-1, yeah.
4-1. Rashford 2 goals, Bruno a goal, and Eriksen.
Okay, it's a good 4-1. Emphatic. I'll go 2-0. I'll go 2-0 Man United. Hopefully we're both right. You know what I mean? Let's just get the win first. You know what I mean? Anyway, we'll see you later on, guys. Peace.